ALS, Alternative Learning Systems.
Fly ash and PM 2.5 or particulate matter 2.5. In fact, this was in news recently because the scientists developed a technique to convert fly ash into a waterproofing material. In fact, the researchers of Indian Institute of Technology-Hyderabad has found that fly ash, which is a waste byproduct of power plants that poses a threat to the environment, can be modified into a waterproofing material. The researchers have converted fly ash into a waterproofing material by treating it with stearic acid. The stearic acid is commonly used in soaps and shampoos. In fact, stearic acid is a surface active agent whose key ingredient binds the dirt particles during the process of washing, while its hydrophobic or water repelling part remains free. So it has two parts. It will bind the dirt, but the hydrophobic, that means it is allergic to water. So as a result, the dirt particles bound with stearic acid separates out just like oil separates from water. Using this binding ability of the stearic acid, researchers have developed a super hydrophobic fly ash particles. So basically when it is mixed with the stearic acid, this fly ash becomes hydrophobic. That means they are against water. They will not mix with water. So when it is super hydrophobic fly ash particles, it can be used for waterproofing. So then what is stearic acid? That is another question. Stearic acid is a waxy solid and it has a chemical formula of C17H35 CO2H. So C17H35 CO2H. Its name comes from the Greek word called steer, which means tallow, TALLOW. Tallow means the mutton and beef fat. I mean how that white or yellowish color, the fat, that is what is called tallow. The salts and esters of stearic acid are called stearates. And stearic acid is commonly used in the production of detergents, soaps, cosmetics such as shampoo, shaving cream products, etc. Now, coming to fly ash or flue ash, FLUE, flue ash, are also known as pulverized fuel ash, is a coal combustion product because when the coal is burnt, this is a byproduct of the coal combustion, and it is composed of particulates that are driven out of the coal-fired boilers together with flue gas. And ash that falls at the bottom of the boiler's combustion chamber is called bottom ash. So what is fallen in the bottom of the boiler chamber is called bottom ash. And fly ash is a major source of PM 2.5, that means particulate matter 2.5. So which is smaller than a 2.5 micrometer or much smaller than even the thickness of our hair. These are very fine respirable pollution particles in summer especially. It becomes airborne and it can be transported to 20 to 30 kilometer radius of the these kind of power plants, and it can settle on water and other surfaces also because very fine particles. We can inhale also and it is carcinogenic also. Then in modern coal-fired power plants, fly ash is generally captured by electrostatic precipitators. Electrostatic precipitators are used to capture this fly ash, and by using other particulate filtration equipments before the flue gases reach the chimney. So we have a mechanism to capture it. Once it is captured, then what to do with this fly ash, that's a question. And if it can be converted into these kind of waterproof material, then there is some utility also. But at the same time, it can reduce the pollution also, especially the air pollution also. So together with the bottom ash, which is removed from the bottom of the boiler, it is known as coal ash. So fly ash from whatever ash is there in the bottom of the boiler, together we call it as the coal ash. And depending upon the source and composition of the coal being used, because depending upon from where the coal is extracted, the waste material will have different chemicals which may be harmful to us. So, but fly ash include generally this silicon dioxide SiO2, then aluminum oxide Al2O3, calcium oxide CaO. These are some of the main components of the fly ash. Other than this, there are many minor constituents depending upon from where the source of the coal is there, and it contains arsenic, beryllium, boron, cadmium, chromium, hexavalent chromium, cobalt, lead, manganese, mercury, molybdenum, selenium, strontium, thallium, vanadium. See, just imagine, so many micro components are there in the fly ash, and many of them are harmful to our day-to-day life. And it also has some unburned carbon. So we are releasing everything into the atmosphere, and this will ultimately lead to atmospheric pollution. Some of them are greenhouse gases. So it has untold problems in the atmosphere when it is released into the atmosphere. So this fly ash is a dangerous byproduct of the burning of the coal, and especially the particulate matter 2.5, which is very, very dangerous for our day-to-day life. Now let me talk about the suspended particulate matter in the atmosphere, which in fact fly ash will be a part of that, okay, which is called SPM, suspended particulate matter. In fact, among the suspended particulate matter, there can be many subtypes. For example, what is there in the atmosphere include suspended particulate matter include thoracic and respirable particles, inhalable coarse particles, which are coarse particles with a diameter between 2.5 micrometer to 10 micrometers. So PM 2.5 to PM 10. Then fine particles with a diameter of 2.5 micrometers or less than that, which is very, very dangerous. PM 2.5 and less than that size. Then ultra fine particles, soot. These are all part of the suspended particles, okay. These are all part of the suspended particulate matter SPM. And according to WHO, these airborne particles are group 1 carcinogenic or carcinogenic matter. Then these particulates are the deadliest form of air pollution, which we don't even understand because we don't see it properly. So we don't even understand the seriousness of the matter. These are the deadliest form of air pollution due to their ability to penetrate deep into our lungs and blood streams unfiltered. It can go inside our bloodstream unfiltered, causing permanent DNA mutations, heart attacks, and even premature death. Very, very dangerous. Suspended particulate matters are very, very dangerous, and there is nothing called what is permissible this suspended particulate matter. Everything is carcinogenic, and when it comes to PM 2.5, that is the most dangerous, and fly ash is a major source of this PM 2.5. Particulate matter 2.5. What is it? PM 2.5. It is an atmospheric particulate matter of diameter fewer than 2.5 micrometers, or which is around 3% of the diameter of the human hair. Take a human hair and see the size. 3% of it is particulate matter 2.5, and it causes respiratory problems and reduces visibility also in the atmosphere. PM 2.5 can only be detected with the help of an electron microscope, because they are so small. Only using an electron microscope we can watch it, we can see it. And what are its health implications? As per the studies, it could lead to premature death from heart and lung disease. Due to the smaller size of PM 2.5, it can easily bypass our nose and throat and can easily enter into our circulatory system, into our blood system. These particles can also lead to cause chronic diseases like asthma, heart attack, bronchitis, and other respiratory problems. So very, very dangerous. But now if you look at how can we save ourselves from it, the only way is indoor. When you stay indoor, if you can filter the air, okay, using high efficiency particulate air filters, HEPA, high efficiency particulate air filters, if we can use indoor, it can reduce it can reduce the amount of particulate matter which we inhale, and we have to stay as far as possible indoor. avoid burning candles and other incense sticks and all inside the room, which will emit smoke, and it will create, it will circulate within the room itself, which is very dangerous during puja time and all. When you burn so many incense sticks, burning candle, all these things can add to the particulate matter. Then there are certain food items which can increase the resistance, the body resistance against PM particulate matter 2.5. We can consume such things. So these are some of the ways in which we can escape from the particulate matters. Particulate matter 2.5. So in this discussion which I am making, we are talking about converting fly ash into waterproofing material, so that this fly ash can be prevented from emitted into the atmosphere, and at the same time it can be used for some useful product by mixing or rather by treating it with stearic acid, so that this fly ash becomes super hydrophobic fly ash particle. That means who are resistant, who are repulsive of water, hydrophobic, phobia towards water, hydrophobic, super hydrophobic, that means super resistive and repulsive towards the water particles, and that is what the scientists of Indian Institute of Technology, Hyderabad has invented recently.